the 60 minutes goes by pretty fast. And that's been the biggest complaint that I've heard. And people actually come to class. I know you're probably thinking, why would you come to class? But I have to admit, I had that thought myself. Would people come to class if I'm doing it this way, right? And yeah, I would say out of the 27 students I have on my roster, there's not been a day where I've had less than 21 or 22 students in class. I mean, they're there every day, and I guess I did ask them today, the few that were there at the end. So what would you say if somebody had said to you, why do you come to class? I mean, this stuff's online, why would you come to class? And I got responses from anywhere from, well, you might say something, to the one that I was really glad to see pan out, and that was because we used to work together. We had to talk to each other, and I wasn't expecting that answer actually, but I was really glad to hear it. And yeah, everybody's got those 2 or 3 students. It doesn't matter what happens; they come every once in a while. So I don't worry about them so much. But the class as a whole, they show up in class, and I have to admit I'm still kind of surprised, but grateful that it's working out the way that I wanted it to work out. So that's about the gist of what's going on in my classroom. If you ever stop in, it's pretty. Somebody asked me, "Do you hear the construction?" And I'm like, "We don't hear anything in my class. It's pretty loud." No, I don't hear the construction, except maybe on exam day. Anything coming up, by the way, on Tuesday?
No, so.
Okay, I hope not, because I'm giving an exam on Tuesday. All right. So what I do with the videos, like I mentioned earlier, got the stuff from Eric, and I've got a Macintosh, so I found a screen capture program called ScreenFlow, and Camtasia, I think, is on the PC side. They're essentially similar things. And I just use those tools, record my videos using, thanks to Emma, using Photoshop. I wanted a blank slate, blank canvas with access to colors and access to layers. For those that know what layers are, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Right, so that's all I wanted. And I found one online. It was free, but it was Java-based, and it had some issues. And the first few videos I made with using that tool, but it really started irritating me when I'd make an error and I couldn't just quickly change it. And so we were able to find an old version, right, of Photoshop, and so I just installed that on my machine. That's what I'm using now. That's my palette, I like to say. But that's because I need to write. Not everybody needs to write something. Sometimes you just need to say something, or just need to show something, or whatever. So there's all kinds of videos out there. And then after I make the video, actually I prep the video, then I make the video, and then YouTube's got a restriction of under 10 minutes. I thought that was going to irritate me. Turned out that it was actually a good thing because it forces me to only put out there exactly what I want to say. Right? Not the other. It turns out that all my lectures could have been done in 10 minutes. That's what I found out. No, maybe not quite 10 minutes, but you know what I'm saying. So I thought that's really turned out to be very, very good. And so the hard part is editing it down so that it's under 10 minutes. And after doing all my research of watching all those videos, I found that the short videos worked better for what I wanted to do as opposed to long hour-long lectures or whatever. Okay, so that's what I've done. I'll take a topic. I made a list of topics. I had like 75, 80 things at the beginning of the quarter that I said I want to make videos on all these topics. And then when I got to a topic, it turns out that I might needed 3 videos for that one little topic. All right, so a lot of videos have been made, but they're all really pretty short. Obviously, they're all under 10 minutes. And the hardest part is editing them. That's what it boils down to. The whole process probably takes, for one video, with prep time and editing, an hour and a half to 2 hours to do one video. Obviously, depending on the 3-minute video was a lot faster to do than the 10-minute video. And then I upload them to YouTube. I started a YouTube channel right there. That would be me. These are all the videos on the side here. And I've got 75 at the moment up. And that YouTube, that's just where I host the videos. Because I need a spot. We don't have a server, right, on there, which is fine. So I just put them up there on a YouTube thing, and they're not in any order. They're just, they're in order of how my class is going, but they're just randomly thrown up. They're not organized in any way. And back over here is where I organize them for my students to say, watch them. I'd like you to watch them in this order. If you watch them in the following order, then it'll make sense. But then they can go back and just watch whichever one they want to watch. So the organization's done over on the Angel side. Does that make sense? Okay. But YouTube just hosts them. And the thing about YouTube is that, well, you know, now I'm getting people all over the world watching them. So that's the other plus side. And that's about all that, yeah, there's not much going on. I got plenty of time in my life.